A lot of it is the cost of living.
Georgetown is hot in the summer.
Traffic on Williams Drive?
Well, it looks like Georgetown has been the place that we thought it would be.
Georgetown, Texas gets sold as the perfect small town just outside of Austin. And for a lot of people, it is. But if you talk to locals who've been here for quite a while, there are a few things they just generally can't stand. And those are the exact surprises that hit newcomers after the move is done. When you look at what daily life in Georgetown, Texas actually feels like, a clear picture shows up. And that's why in this video, I'm breaking it down for you. What locals love enough to stay for, even with some trade-offs, and what locals complain about the most once you're living the routine. Not the weekend version of Georgetown. The small everyday realities that most relocation videos skip, but that can make or break your experience here in Georgetown. I'm Stuart Sutton. I've been helping buyers and sellers in Georgetown, Texas for over 3 decades. And I hear the honest, unfiltered feedback from people relocated in and moving across Georgetown, Texas, as well as locals who've watched the area change. My job is to help you make a smart decision with your eyes open, not just based on hype.
So we're here talking about Georgetown, Texas. So this is Kay Kinneberg, and she moved to Georgetown from Austin. So now I'm here with Shaniko and Anne Marie, and we're going to talk about their time here in Georgetown, Texas. All right, I'm here with Steve Ferguson. Steve has lived in Georgetown a couple of different times, moved in and out, and we're going to talk about what he actually likes and why he returned to Georgetown. Why did you choose Georgetown?
A lot of it is the cost of living. When we moved here, Georgetown was a lot smaller.
Yeah, it was just before the pandemic. We liked being in a small town outside of a larger city. So amenities, shopping, things to do are easy to get to, but you're not just in the hustle and bustle.
When I first moved to Georgetown, it was quieter. It was less city because really Austin kind of spreads into Pflegerville and Cedar Park and all that area. So it was much quieter here when I first moved here. Like I said, it's grown a lot, but it still remains much quieter than the hustle bustle of Austin. So I love that aspect of it. And you feel safer. I think Georgetown's much safer, in my opinion.
This is where we found the land that we wanted, the space. You don't want to be right up on somebody. You wanted the elbow room, and
you do. It's beautiful here. Yeah. Georgetown feels like home. I think that's the biggest difference is when you're going to places, people are very friendly, they're very nice. Round Rock just felt more like a city. And so I really like the small town atmosphere that Georgetown brings to the table, even though Georgetown's not real small, but everybody just feels that way. We like the people in the community.
I think for us, it's getting places like the store, getting to the freeway. The people are super nice. It's kind of like, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot going on here. Things like that, yeah.
So let's expand on that a little bit. There's a lot going on here. What does that mean?
Well, I'll give you a good example. Like 20 seconds from here, right in that shopping center over there, the Arthur Dance Studio, they are fantastic people. A lot of fun there. You learn how to dance.
Oh, cool. What you like? Just generally, do you have a feeling for, hey, this is what I love about Georgetown?
I do. What I really love about Georgetown is the small town feel. Just being in a larger community like Georgetown that continues to grow. You still have the beautiful downtown square where you can go and walk around, and it's very accessible for, getting into restaurants and other things that they have going on downtown.
We love to go hiking around the lake. There's a full 26-mile loop around the lake, a bunch of places to enter. You can bring dogs there in some places on leashes as well. Sometimes we'll walk down the San Gabriel Trail to get to downtown. It's about a 45-minute walk, but it's a beautiful walk down the trail.
Well, it looks like Georgetown has been the place that we thought it would be, as far as having the lifestyle, meeting our needs for lifestyle changes. And because we're aging, we want to make sure that it has all accommodations for places to go for food, medical services, in general, low kind of turnover government and all those sorts of things. So Georgetown has kind of grown with us as we grown, and I'm very much satisfied that this was a great move.
It's probably more our style. We're getting older, and so we wanted to slow down a little bit. This particular area is beautiful. It's, it's super easy to get to the freeway and things like that, but I think it was just the lifestyle, maybe.
Yeah, okay, all right. We really enjoy Georgetown. Everybody is super nice. It's very clean. It's very friendly. It's very safe. School district has been great, and we just have a lot of friends and family around here, Stuart, and so we've always enjoyed Georgetown, and we've lived here for quite some time now. So, and you got great trees and all this other great stuff, so we just love Georgetown.
So since you've been here and you kind of gave me an idea of what Georgetown, was there anything that you discovered about Georgetown when you moved here that you didn't know or wished you'd have known before you moved?
Yeah, there's a whole lot more senior citizens here than I expected.
Is that right?
Yeah, and a lot of the area caters a lot to the older crowd, grocery stores and that kind of stuff. So that was a bit of a surprise. And I was used to driving faster than I can drive now, so.
I think we didn't expect how much Georgetown had its own identity.
Oh,
I mean, we kind of knew like there's Fredericksburg, Lockhart, and those have their own identity as well. But I don't think we understood that Georgetown had that as well.
makes sense.
How easy it was to get to the freeway
Okay.
and to get it to everything.
Okay.
In Cedar Park, it's pretty easy because you're right there off of 183 to get everywhere. This is actually easier for some reason.
I am a little surprised by the growth. I've heard that Georgetown's one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. And it surprises me because it does still feel small, but you do see a lot of the big box stores coming in, like Costco and some of those things. That surprises me because it did take a long time to even get one big box store.
Is there something about Georgetown that if you were brutally honest, you'd say, I'm not really too crazy about this about Georgetown?
There's not. The only thing is that we're getting a little bit of traffic now. And so that's it, but they're doing different road work and stuff, trying to, I think, manage the growth, because there's a lot of growth. So we've got a little bit of traffic. It's not Austin traffic.
Yeah.
So, I had to drive through Austin traffic. That's a completely different animal.
Traffic on Williams Drive.
Okay.
Up by Sun City, and it's just, there's just a lot of traffic over here. But other than that, there's back ways to get places now. In the beginning, there really wasn't. It was like Williams Drive or nothing. And now with being open to Ronald Reagan and those areas, you can kind of take the back way around. But Williams Drive itself is a little congested.
I would say road work. And prior to the growth, there was a lot of areas where made available where people can't have to be on the side trying to walk or ride their bicycle, because that was one of the areas that people liked about being in Georgetown, because you had some rural areas immediately outside that you could ride your bikes on, but when it got to traffic, well, you don't have any shoulders.
The city currently is going through a lot of just renovations because it grew so quickly over the past 5 years that the city is trying to catch up on infrastructure.
I think they're going to correct this too. At the wrong time, the traffic on Williams can get a little stuffy.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought there's nothing really I've experienced. But
I think Georgetown is hot in the summer, and it has a lot of high heat days during the summer months. So if you don't like hot weather, that's one thing that might deter you from moving here.
The locals I'm interviewing have different perspectives, but they seem to be coming up with the same stories. They have the same dislikes, the same likes, and the information that they're sharing with you about the parks and all the different things about Georgetown, Texas are available to you in our Ultimate Retirement Guide for Georgetown, Texas. It's right down below, easy to download, no hassle, no obligation. Virtually everyone that downloads our Ultimate Retirement Guide for Georgetown, Texas tells us how helpful it is. So I know it'll be helpful to you too. So here's what this tells us about Georgetown, Texas. First, lifestyle matching is everything in Georgetown. Georgetown isn't one experience. Your day-to-day life changes a lot based on your pocket and your roots. The biggest regret I hear is not about Georgetown as a city, it's about picking a location that doesn't match the routine when it really should. And let me point some things out. The interviews you watched consisted of Georgetown residents who live in markedly different areas of Georgetown and came from different backgrounds, a variety of lifestyles and ages, and yet they all love Georgetown because each made their decision based on their day-to-day life, their daily routines, and their personal preferences. Now, we did see that traffic, it's become an issue, and that's not a surprise in a growing area like Georgetown. But you also heard that each one manages traffic through timing and location. Then you also heard that, well, it's not as bad as living in a metro area. And then, of course, Georgetown, Texas rewards realistic expectations about summer. The heat isn't just a weather note, it affects your schedule. Yet each and every local mentioned that they deal with it by staying inside or getting outside onto the lake or into swimming pools. And you heard repeatedly that the weather the rest of the year is absolutely fantastic. and a big positive for those who live here. Those interviewed go from appreciating Georgetown for what it offers to being passionate about it. The downtown area is not just a once-in-a-while pastime, it's part of life in Georgetown. And of course, Georgetown is a safe place to live, and everyone appreciates that. If you're moving to Georgetown, Texas and want to help picking the right pocket based on your commute routes, your day-to-day lifestyle, and what the true monthly payment looks like in your price range, use the link in the description to schedule a quick call, or just call or text me. I always respond in a timely manner. I'm Stuart Sutton. I help buyers and sellers in Georgetown, Texas, and I'll walk you through the map, the trade-offs, and what buyers are doing right now so that you can land in the area that fits your life and avoid the Georgetown regrets that I see. Our goal is for you to love Georgetown just as much as those on the video. I look forward to meeting you, and remember, it's your choice, so make it a powerful day.